Okay, now open that diagram and open my. There was a photo, right? Image for infrastructure planning activities. You have that image, right?
Infrastructure planning activities.
You could that one, yes,
Yes.
and that one.
Uh-huh.
You save that. Now, if you see in this picture,
Uh-huh.
you you save it first.
Okay.
What are you doing here? Basically, you took some one infrastructure example, like a
Right. Okay.
open picture first. Okay, you have taken the example of the one infrastructure, like banking
Right.
site. Is it possible to put side by side both of them, PPT and this one?
Wait a minute.
That is enough. Just bring this side, message side, that picture. Picture you bring left side. Still left side you can bring it. Why window is required? Skype window. This need to be increased. Now you go to display there. There will be display in this. Okay. Okay. Now you reduced.
Pardon?
This picture you bring it to the window, like a message window in Skype.
This one.
That picture, that
Infra plan.
yes. You bring left side, leftmost.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I understand. This is
Yeah,
on
that's
top
the
of
last
that.
one.
On top of everything. You can close the message window.
Okay.
That Skype message window. No. Left side there is. Okay. Now it is my window. Sorry. Okay. Now you display it left side, that picture, and right side your PPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now what you are supposed to do? There are some activities
Right.
where cloud architect need to do.
Mhm.
You need to take one infrastructure and analyze it.
Mhm.
What for you need to analyze? Just open that test file. Okay, then increase it. Now this is the step. These are the steps, right? Virtual cloud. You want to convert it.
Right.
So in a traditional network, how you can do those setup? You need to analyze it.
Mhm.
Then how you are going to convert it? You need to see the AWS related activities, right?
Okay. Mhm.
So in this, I have given all the steps, what all the ways you are supposed to do, kind of thing, right? First, you are identifying hardware, software, then map to access security setup. Then you you need to find out access levels for departments, for creating security groups, such kind of things.
Mhm.
Then you are going to identify the servers and their configuration, identify hardware specifications and configuration, identify software specification and configuration. Then physical infrastructure, you need to identify it, like IPs, private subnet, and all those things, right?
Mhm.
Then identify the prioritized application networks to migrate into AWS cloud. So
Mhm.
identify the relevant networks, subnets, IPs, basically. You're going to use all those things. So you take retail application now. You open that diagram, bank diagram, network diagram. Now you see here there is a
Mhm.
retail banking application, corporate banking,
Yeah.
wealth management, and insurance and capital markets.
Mhm.
You take retail banking and think the entire diagram boxes are sitting in data center,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Then that need to be converted stage by stage to AWS. That is the project you think it,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Now what happens when you think about retail banking? You are supposed to think in a AWS implementation perspective.
Mhm.
To implement the AWS, what are the services required? You need to identify. So before identification, you need to identify what is the current infrastructure setup. If you see in the left right side, there are boxes. DB box is there, CRM box is there, app server is there, DB server is there, app server is there, data warehouse is there. Then there are core systems. Core systems from external parties, it might be interacting it.
Okay.
Then you have to think logically in a retail bank how they are working, what is the architecture. You can predict it and design it, and later on you plan for traditional setup how it is going to be done.
Okay.
You need to do networking. What are the best steps for networking? You need to identify, right?
Right.
Then later, what you need to do? You need to plan for networking domain and public and private IPs. What all the systems needed, and within that, what are the subnets? Within subnets, what are the systems can be defined and designed it for subnets?
Okay.
Then you also need to declare for internet gateway within the traditional architecture, right?
Right.
We discussed that, right?
Yes.
NAT instance,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Then that need to be planned it. The same thing, you think that it is prepared already with that. After having small documentation on that, then you start converting them into AWS. If you want to convert into AWS migration, what you are supposed to do? What is the first step? First step is you need to create VPC. Okay, you take another notepad. I'll tell the steps. I think we scribbled it, right?
Yeah, we scribbled it
In the earlier session. Just open that message box. In the message box, they are available. You might have copied it also.
This is the one, right?
Yes. Okay, now what you are supposed to do, convert banking traditional infra into VPC. Identify one function, for example, retail banking. Analyze the required VPC components as per the AWS services definition. Document the required components. Now, after that, after doing 4 steps, the output need to be documented basically. Then after that, you are identifying the subnets and gateways and NAT instances and the load balancers. Then identify servers, private and public subnets categorization. Then how to identify services required for servers. So you need to come up with that strategy. Then once it is done, now you got the subnets, VPC setup is made it. You think that way, you take those configurations to lab setup. In the lab setup, you are going to create VPC. You are going to create the required components for VPC, gateways, right? NAT instances. There are 3-4 components which I have seen in the documentation, right? All those components need to be created.
Okay.
Right? So what you need to do, you need to do a little bit of homework.
Yeah.
And come back with that. Then once it is done, then we'll review that. After reviewing, yes, we'll take those forward for setting up the lab.
Okay.
In the lab, if it is costing more, then we'll ignore that. Assume that literally, logically it is done it. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. We are not going to touch the costly incidences. So wherever free tires are there, we are going to use them only. Right? If it is public IPs need to be declared, means we will assume it is declared it.
Okay.
That way. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay. So when can you come with those things? Tomorrow we have class, right?
Yes, we have it.
Yeah. Now can you bring up what you are supposed to do in the lab? I don't need to go through from the beginning again.
No.
You know what it is.
Right.
Lab. When I say lab, the inputs are required from you.
Right.
To set up lab. Tomorrow we have evening, right?
Yes.
5 to or 6 to?
5 to. We can start at 5:30 because like at 4:30 I have doctor appointment.
Okay, no problem.
I'll be home by 5,
You
5:15.
intimate me by 2 o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah,
every.
I'll do that. But we can start
I
at 5:30 because like 4:30 appointment is fixed and that is
No,
just
no, it's okay. Even 6 also, I'm okay with that. Only thing is, I need this productivity need to be done. It
right,
the
right.
right things. I need inputs from you.
Yeah.
You will feel confidence like anything, like you are working on the live project.
Okay.
This is the one we are going to do in the live project, right? That
Yeah,
is the
obviously.
way. Other than that, what you are going to do? Whether your managers are having any specifications for the 20 years back or 15 years back design systems in the infra, except servers configuration, you will be looking into the systems only.
Mm-hmm.
And how it is connected through network, all these things also, many of them, they don't have documentation. Only critical application side, they might have documentation for failure analysis purpose.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So you need to take some diagram. From that diagram, you need to pull that. Yes, assume these are the things. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's all.
Okay.
Then later on, if you want, we'll configure one web server in one of the EC2s. Use that as a server. Then later on, you can do that. All those will come one by one. Those all you need to come up with tasks,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you will be able to do tomorrow before the class. I don't want to do in the class. In class, what you have defined it, I want to discuss them.
Right.
That is the activity, tomorrow's class activity. Once it is discussed it, we're going to start the setup, VPC setup.
Yeah, I will do it by the time we start tomorrow. I will be
Even if you want to make 6 o'clock also, I am okay. You intimate me by 2 o'clock,
sure, sure.
not just 1 hour before, just before 2, during lunch hour, you can intimate.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, you don't need to worry. We'll go through the documentation. If you have doubts, again, I'll explain you.
No,
You,
it's like
yeah, first you come back with some tasks.
okay.
Right? You go to
Uh-huh.
the picture, that infrastructure picture, cloud picture. You have opened it, right?
Yeah.
Just click on that. Now, what are you going to do? You are analyzing the infrastructure needs basically.
Right.
You are mapping to cloud services.
Yes.
So after that, you will move forward to VPC.
Right.
So what are my cloud activities? You are listing them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
So once you come up with your cloud activities, yes, you can set up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all for today's thing. Actually,
Oh,
you have to come up with some tasks
yeah, yeah. Got it.
because I don't want to push you to questionnaires or some other topics where your mind is going to be deviated.
Right. This is our top
Yes,
priority right now.
yes. You
Yeah.
assume today's class is there in next half an hour or 45 minutes. You keep working on that.
Yeah. I was about to actually dive into that only.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So you stop recording and test the file also.
Okay.